Long before the octagon, the UFC, or televised championship bouts between grapplers and strikers, one man was already asking a revolutionary question: what is the best way to fight in real combat? That man was Bruce Lee, and through his relentless experimentation, he laid the philosophical and technical groundwork for what would eventually become known as mixed martial arts, MMA. This is the story of how Bruce Lee, through rebellion, innovation, and vision, became the godfather of a global fighting revolution. Rejecting the limits of tradition. In the 1960s, martial arts were rigid. Styles were sacred, and crossing over into another discipline was considered almost disrespectful. Kung Fu masters didn't study boxing. Wrestlers didn't practice judo. Karatekas stuck to their katas. Bruce Lee saw the flaws in this mindset early on. After facing real fights in the streets of Hong Kong and later a challenge match in Oakland, against Wong Jack Man, Bruce realized that traditional forms weren't enough for real-world combat. The match, while controversial in outcome, pushed Bruce toward a new idea. A real fighter must be free to use whatever works. Jeet Kune Do, the prototype of MMA. In 1967, Bruce officially founded Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. It wasn't a style, it was an anti-style. Bruce encouraged combining techniques from different martial arts. Training across ranges, kicking, punching, trapping, grappling. Focusing on efficiency, directness, and adaptability. He studied boxing footwork, fencing timing, Wing Chun trapping, wrestling takedowns, and judo throws. In his notebooks, he diagrammed ground fighting, joint locks, clinch work, and counters to everything. While the term mixed martial arts didn't exist yet, Bruce Lee was already doing it. Training with the future. Bruce surrounded himself with elite martial artists, many of whom came from different disciplines. Jean Labelle, a judo champion and wrestler, taught Bruce throws and submissions. Dan Inosanto, a Filipino martial artist, helped Bruce incorporate weapons and Southeast Asian styles. Joe Louis, a karate and kickboxing champion, trained striking with Bruce. These cross-style collaborations were rare at the time but became the norm in the MMA world decades later. The UFC acknowledges Bruce Lee. When the UFC began in 1993, the goal was to pit different styles against each other: karate versus jiu-jitsu, boxing versus wrestling. What emerged was clear: hybrid fighters won. Soon, everyone started blending styles. Dana White, president of the UFC, famously said, "Bruce Lee is the father of mixed martial arts." Bruce had predicted it all. In his own words, "Use only that which works, and take it from any place you can find it." Conclusion: a vision fulfilled. Bruce Lee didn't live to see MMA as we know it today, but his spirit is embedded in every fighter who trains in multiple disciplines, adapts their game, and evolves beyond limitations. What he began in the 1960s